Why are some EVs losing value so fast? And why might that actually be a good thing? Here's something the headlines won't tell you. By 2030, the cost of replacing an EV battery could drop from over 50% of the car's value to just 15%. That one shift could completely rewrite how we think about depreciation, resale value, and even upgrades. You work hard for your money. And if you're considering an electric car, you've probably asked, is it really a smart investment? Some say EVs are a bubble. Others claim they'll collapse by the end of the decade. But what does the actual data say? Picture this. You buy an EV, the battery wears down. And instead of scrapping the car, you upgrade it like a smartphone. Same body, new life. Whether you're planning to buy or sell, this video breaks down the true financial landscape of EVs. In the next few minutes, we'll explore the real trends behind resale value, tech upgrades, and long-term cost savings. And show why EVs might just be the strongest automotive investment of the next 10 years. Let's talk about one of the biggest fears holding buyers back: depreciation. Many worry that their EV will be worth almost nothing in just a few years, unlike traditional gas cars. But here's the truth. Rapid depreciation doesn't always signal failure. In EVs, it often reflects how fast technology is evolving. Just like smartphones, newer models with longer range and better tech quickly push down prices on older ones. That sounds bad, until you realize it's actually a sign of a maturing market. What once looked like a red flag is now part of a healthy cycle. Buyers get more value, and second-hand EVs become more accessible. And guess what? Models like the BMW i3 and Chevy Blazer EV are now depreciating less than some comparable gas cars. The curve is flattening, the fear is fading. But that raises a new question. Where do all those used EVs actually go? The rise of the used EV market is rewriting the story many thought they knew. What some called a collapse is turning into a boom, and it's reshaping who gets to drive the future. As more electric vehicles hit the roads, second-hand sales are surging. In 2024 alone, the used EV market was worth $16 billion. By 2034, it's projected to hit $40 billion, growing at nearly 8% a year. That means families who couldn't afford a new EV can now get behind the wheel. Affordably, sustainably. What was once dismissed as worthless, older models with aging batteries, is now in high demand. And it's not just consumer behavior pushing this shift. Governments are stepping in. Europe's new battery regulation will require a digital passport for every EV battery by 2027, tracking health, performance, and lifespan. This will standardize resale values and create confidence in the used market. The media may push a doom and gloom narrative, but the numbers say otherwise. The market isn't collapsing, it's expanding, adapting, and opening doors. Still, one question remains. What happens when even a second-hand battery hits the end of its road? What if your EV battery didn't die? It simply changed jobs. Welcome to the circular economy, where batteries don't end with the car. When their driving days are over, these high-capacity cells enter a second life, powering homes, solar grids, and backup systems around the world. Some are even fueling EV charging stations themselves. Thanks to breakthroughs in full metal recovery, up to 95% of materials like lithium, cobalt, and nickel can be extracted and reused again and again. What used to be waste is now a valuable resource, cutting greenhouse gas emissions by up to 81% compared to mining new materials. This isn't just smart tech, it's systemic transformation. Regulation and innovation are combining to make EVs part of a regenerative loop, not a disposable trend. So, with this circular model in motion, does the 2030 EV collapse still hold up? The real value of an EV isn't just the car, it's the entire battery life cycle. What some call depreciation is actually evolution. Smarter tech, stronger resale, and systems built to last. Behind the scenes, a tidal wave of policy, recycling, and reuse that turns yesterday's batteries into tomorrow's power grids. This isn't about hype, it's a strategy, one backed by billions in investment and international regulation. Every cell, every component has a second life. Nothing is wasted. So before we panic over collapse, ask yourself, are we chasing headlines or following the data? You've seen the real data, and it's far from a doomsday scenario. EV depreciation is flattening, the used market is booming, and smart policy is shaping the future. If you value insight over hype, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Now you tell us, what's your EV market prediction?